Bermuda's opposition party wins general elections, and in sport, West Indies under-19s take the Youth One-Day International Series against South Africa. I'm Dawn Paris, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, July 19th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
The Caribbean Broadcasting Union and its regional and international partners at the CBU Annual General Assembly, August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau, the Bahamas, under the theme Digital Developments in Caribbean Media. Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis, will welcome delegates during the opening ceremony. Guyana's Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Kathy Hughes, will offer a keynote address on digital developments in the region. See the launch of the UNESCO-sponsored Manual of Social Media Guidelines for Caribbean Journalists, with guest speaker Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. And hear from international media players about the new developments in digital television standards in Europe, the US, and Japan. And this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Awards Gala at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island is not to be missed. Call 246-430-1007 to book your space in the 3-day conference and exhibition. Don't miss the CBU 48th Assembly at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau from August 21st through 24th. Discounts on flights to the Assembly on the official airline, Caribbean Airlines.
We begin in Bermuda, where the Progressive Labour Party, the PLP, shattered predictions to sweep to a commanding victory over the incumbent One Bermuda Alliance in yesterday's general election. The result prompted former Premier Michael Dunkley to step down as OBA leader and his losing deputy to quit politics altogether. The PLP won 24 of the 36 seats in the House of Assembly, while the OBA took the other 12. 5 independents, including former Premier Paula Cox, were all soundly beaten. In addition to holding on to the 17 seats it won in the 2012 general election, the PLP captured 7 others from the OBA, including some regarded as safe seats. The PLP was previously in power for 14 years up to 2002, having ousted the now-defunct United Bermuda Party in 1998. Premier-elect David Burt retained his seat in Pembroke West Central as the OBA's hopes of success in so-called marginal seats vanished. Burt will be sworn in this afternoon as Bermuda's youngest ever premier. An opinion poll in the Royal Gazette newspaper on Saturday had given the OBA a double-digit lead. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown claims that Sandals Grand Hotel is trying to force the government to give it concessions. His comments came as he addressed the announcement by the hotel of a temporary closure. The leading Caribbean resort chain says it's closing the Sandals Grand Antigua from September 20th for a 5-month period, which includes the busy winter period. In a statement to Observer Media, Brown revealed that Sandals had recently made a request for Cabinet to waive the duties and taxes on food and beverages, but that request was denied on the grounds that it would significantly reduce government's tax revenues. Brown says it was explained to Sandals officials that the government's finances were in a very precarious position and that if it waived duties and taxes on food and beverage, it would plunge the government's finances into a crisis. He says it would appear that the decision was not to their satisfaction and that the closure is a play for additional concessions. Sandals served a notice of its intention to temporarily close the property in a letter dated July 14th. Chief Operations Officer Sean DaCosta informed the Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union that the hotel would be closed to undertake essential maintenance works. At least 700 workers at the Dickinson Bay property will be affected when the hotel closes for the first time in 25 years. As the current United Nations peacekeeping mission in Haiti prepares to downsize, a UN Special Envoy says the French-speaking Caribbean country faces the window of opportunity to solidify stability following recent elections. In a meeting of the UN Security Council on Tuesday, Special Representative of the Secretary General, Sandra Honoré, says Haiti has remained on the path of stabilization and democratic consolidation. She says the Council is hoping that Haiti makes full use of the window of opportunity that emerged following the electoral process. The UN Special Representative said more measures will be needed to consolidate the security and stabilization gains of the past few years, create greater social and political cohesion, and reinforce state institutions to meet the needs of the Haitian people. The Trinidadian-born Honoré noted that political space has opened up for the new government to start addressing the many challenges facing the country, using this unique opportunity to tackle the root causes of instability, poverty, exclusion, and impunity. Jamaica's efforts to boost cybersecurity had been given international recognition after the country was ranked #1 in the Caribbean region on the Global Cybersecurity Index. According to a report produced by the International Telecommunication Union, Jamaica was among 134 member states which responded to questions based on the core areas of the ITU Global Cybersecurity Agenda. The survey, conducted in 2016 through an online platform, measured the commitment of all 193 ITU member states to improving cybersecurity through legislation, projects and programs, capacity building and cooperation. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Andrew Wheatley says that while he was optimistic about the latest rankings and applauds the efforts of the Cyber Incident Response Team, there is still a lot more work to be done. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Adopting a bunny is a big responsibility. Rabbits need special food and care.
People come in and wanting to buy a bunny for their child. That's not the reason to buy a bunny. It's got to be a family commitment, something that's well thought out by the whole family, and then the parents really have to be the sole caretaker. I mean, the children can help too, but they shouldn't depend on the children to take care of the bunny, and a lot of times that's the case.
This month on Caribbean Passport, the region celebrates culture and heritage in colorful, festive displays. Antigua and Barbuda's 60th Carnival, Tobago's Heritage Festival, and we fly to Barbados for Crop Over. All this and more on this station.
Have won the Youth One Day International Series against South Africa. They went into today's fifth and final match at Chatsworth Oval in Durban with the series leveled at 2-2 and beat the hosts by 2 runs. A century from Keegan Simmons helped the young Windies batting first to reach 244 for 5 off their 50 overs. Simmons made 107 runs. Joshua Prasad contributed with 46. In reply, South Africa under-19s fell a bit short, making only 242 for 7 off their 50 overs. And we'll have more details on that match later on in Caribbean Newsline. Trinidad and Tobago retained their regional under-17 title after all 3 final round matches were abandoned because of heavy rain from the passage of Tropical Storm Don yesterday. The hosts ended on 19.8 points, with Barbados second on 16 and Windward Islands third on 14.7. Leeward Islands finished narrowly ahead of Guyana, while Jamaica were bottom after sustaining 4 defeats in their 5 matches. And that's Caribbean Newsline. Join Caribbean in 10. Join us this evening at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.